So I really think that we are really ready to start, and I'm just checking again that all is working just great, just fine, as I think, because we already had the test, and I also was checking the telescope to be sure that it was ready to track the asteroid as well. So just in a couple of minutes we will be start this live feed as promised to actually the world. And that said, I think that this will be hopefully a very enjoyable experience. So just adjusting a few final things. And after checking, I think that we are truly ready. So let's start this officially, friends. And I will be more than happy to share with you this asteroid live. So good evening, ladies and gentlemen, Gianluca Masi speaking. I'm very pleased to welcome you on this live streaming, just sharing the asteroid we have been hearing about, that small rock just ready to make its flyby, its close encounter with us. Very safe flyby, by the way, but it is coming a bit closer than the moon. I am an astrophysicist. I am pleased to be the director and the founder of the Virtual Telescope project, making possible for everyone around the globe to join this cosmic journey thanks to technology. We are going to use our main robotic telescope, which is located in Italy, and right now I am sitting at my desktop in Rome, where the telescope is 100 kilometers south, and you are everywhere on the planet. So I really love to remind how amazing technology is. No matter where we are, no matter where the telescope is, we are truly ready to go to start and hopefully look up and track this asteroid. As I think that you really want to spy this as soon as possible, I just want to remind you that the Virtual Telescope project is proudly supported by Unitron Italia Instruments, Software BISC, and C-Web, and also by Badr Planetarium, Santa Barbara Instrument Group, Planewave Instruments, and I mean, all the people just supporting us thanks to donations. By the way, I wish to thank all the people sending us from time to time their contribution to keep this project alive. I hope that if you will like this, you will consider this option. But we are here just to spot the asteroid, and actually in about 18 minutes this object will have the close encounter with us. So I'm just trying to share with you now the console of the telescope, because we are going to observe the object live, as if you were sitting there. And here it is, the telescope console, friends. So right now I'm really sharing with you the very same console actually controlling the telescope, and as you can see here there is a star map, and this star map is basically showing what is up in the sky above the telescope. Right now, as I said, we are in Italy, and for many friends just joining from the US, for example, they are still in broad daylight, while here we are already enjoying the evening. And of course, we are under the typical stars of this season. You can recognize some constellations with their names, and I think that you can also see where there are the where there is the crosshair, where is the asteroid is and the telescope is. Right now they are in the Cepheus constellation, the ancient, the king of Ethiopia. So it is part of the mythology, I mean, connected with the sky. Anyway, we are there and we are ready to go. And I also want to mention that this event is hosted in a partnership with ANSA, their scientific board, I mean, just working with us to spread science around, also thanks to technology. And anyway, the telescope is already observing, because I started just to capture images just a few minutes before. And of course, I want to show you the object right now. And I will tell you a few things about this object as soon as the first images will arrive. And it is a very nice rock, by the way, not very big, and the friends of the Virtual Telescope, all the people out there actually joining often our live feeds know that from time to time asteroids are used to come close to us, sometimes pretty close, sometimes, likely a very rare event, they can even hit the Earth. Anyway, this is asteroid 2018 VX1, which is right now basically at the distance of the Moon, and it is the small dot of light you can see in the very center here of our images. The telescope, I told you, is collecting images in real time. And also, I want to show you the telescope we are using right now. Let me see if I can show you this, just to make clear that you can, why not, that you can enjoy. Okay, I'm just trying to make possible for you also to see which telescope we are using in this very moment. Here it is, our telescope, and I want to show you this with you right away. Here it is, the robotic telescope I'm using, as I said, right now, friends. And this is a powerful telescope. This is a fully robotic telescope, which is part of our robotic facility. And with this very powerful eye, we are just spying this asteroid. Well, the near-Earth asteroid 2018 VX1 has been discovered earlier this month on November the 4th by people working at the Mount Graham survey in Arizona. Our friends there are truly doing a stunning work to find, to look, to hunt for unknown near-Earth asteroids, because if you really want to face, understand and address the risk of a collision between an asteroid and the Earth, first of all, you have to discover them. And our friends there are truly amazing people doing this. And they have found this one, I mean, among many others, by the way. But this one is for us interesting because it is just ready to make a close encounter with us, and in about 30 minutes it will be a bit closer than the Moon. I mean 380,000 kilometers from us, so a bit closer than the average lunar distance. And as you can see, the small dot of light you see here in the center is the asteroid. Let me ask the telescope to take a bit longer exposure, because I really want you seeing the object, the asteroid, much better, okay? And I also want to say that the telescope here is truly advanced, because those of you with some experience in observing asteroids, especially asteroids coming so close, know very well that there is a very fast motion from these objects when they are close. So the telescope, friends, has to be able to track the asteroid while it is surfing the sky very fast. And as you can see, I asked the telescope to take images, and every image is just the result of 15 seconds of light capture, and after 15 seconds the image is shared with us. And in those 15 seconds, of course, the asteroid is moving a lot, and as you can see, the telescope is tracking the asteroid, which is a very sharp dot of light in the very center, and while the stars are leaving trails all around. Back to the full screen console so that you can enjoy this even better. And this small object, again, is just tracked so beautifully by the advanced hardware technology used on our telescopes. And this object is pretty small, friends. Its diameter is estimated to sit somewhere between 8 and 18 meters. Maybe you remember the Chelyabinsk event 5 years ago. Well, it is basically the same size, but of course, as I said, this is not going to come closer than this. That is, right now it is approaching the minimum distance, which is a close distance if you consider it, if you compare it to the distance of the typical asteroids. But staying at basically the lunar distance is still a huge distance, so truly safe, so no risk at all. I have read around on the internet that people was really fearing, they were worried about this, but nothing to worry about. As I told you, this is absolutely safe. And again, the telescope is tracking this very, very beautifully. And the small dot of light you see in the center is the asteroid. And you can note, I mean, this is one of the funny things you can see, and image after image, every time a new image is updated, and you can see the green countdown running here, you can see the asteroid is still there, while the stars are moving from the upper left to the bottom right, and the telescope is beautifully tracking it in real time, friends. You know, asteroids are very precious because they are, I mean, what we have around the sun surviving from the pristine material from where the solar system actually originated. So we are very lucky to have asteroids around, because studying those asteroids, we are basically studying the most ancient elements we have now, these days, around the sun, just telling us about the ancient history of our very own place in the universe. So I really think that asteroids are amazingly interesting, and I really hope that people, and especially young people, hopefully following this live feed, will consider just to have such, I mean, a career in science, and just understanding, unveiling, investigating asteroids. And also they are a resource because they have very, very special minerals, and I mean, so they are also a precious resource. But of course, from time to time, they can really represent a risk for us. And from time to time, you know, you have read sometimes, even in recent history, about collisions, I mean, involving a little asteroid and our planet. And perhaps the most famous collision dates back to 65 million years ago, when dinosaurs, they didn't have a space project, a space program, of course. They could not discover the huge asteroid actually, which was going to hit Earth at their time. So they could say us a lot about asteroids and how and why it is important for us to, I mean, observe and understand how they are moving. Because only if I know an asteroid, only if I understand its orbit around the sun, I can actually see if, where, and when the orbit of the asteroid will actually cross the orbit of the Earth. And this could be, I mean, something I want to consider to face and possibly to fix and mitigate, I mean, collision risk. Anyway, this is the small asteroid discovered a few days ago, and the virtual telescope project, as usual, is just sharing it live. And I also want to thank all the media worldwide which made possible for our live feed to spread around, like CBC Canada, Newsweek, Space.com, LifeScience.com, airsky.org, and also ANSA in Italy. And I hope that you are enjoying this with us, because as I told you, it is not easy for people not involved in astronomy to track these asteroids when they are small and they are faint, because this is incredibly fainter than the faintest stars you can see with your own eyes under very dark skies. So, I mean, we are lucky that we have a telescope just helping us right now doing so. And the telescope is making a nice job, I see, just tracking this, just, I mean, offering us this great sight, this great view. I also want to show you, if you don't mind, the orbit the asteroid is actually, I mean, moving around. Here it is, friends. This is, of course, a simple scheme, and I made this thanks to the Sky Pro, made by Software Bisque, one of our important technological partners and above all great friends of myself. And here you can really see the asteroid and the Earth. I mean, here it is where the asteroid is right now, and it is not surprising it is close to the Earth, because right now, of course, we are around the minimum distance between our own planet and this small rock. Absolutely safe encounter. And you can see the orbit around the Sun of the asteroid itself, which is spending a lot of its time, okay, in the inner solar system, because this is what is making this asteroid of interest for us. The fact that they are around the Sun as typical asteroids, but they are spending their time in the inner solar system, where, by the way, the Earth is orbiting as well. This is why we are truly interested by these objects. We know tens of thousands of asteroids. Many of them are simply moving in the outer solar system. I mean, between Mars and Jupiter, which is not, by definition, the outer solar system. We call this way officially the coldest, the most remote regions of our solar system. But these asteroids live in the main belt, the asteroid main belt, which is in that huge safe region between Mars and Jupiter, okay, that is called, of course, the asteroid main belt. And this is the huge region between Mars and the king of the planets, Jupiter. I love this software. You can see in such a very interactive way how the planets are moving and so on, friends. Let me see also if I can actually show this in motion. I will try. Just to give you an idea of this in evolution. And again, I'm very happy that we can share these amazing natural events safe, luckily, with everyone here, just to make sure that we can look up together and understand much better what is happening around our beautiful planet. But now it is time for me to switch back to the telescope console, friends, and track again the asteroid. Here we are, and of course the object is still there, and right now it is moving out there with a relative speed. If you check the speed respect to the Earth, the relative speed to the Earth of about 6 kilometers per second. So not very fast. We have asteroids having a relative speed much higher. It depends how the two orbits, the one of the Earth, the one of the asteroid, are actually geometrically phasing out there in that moment. From time to time you can see even other dots around, but generally they disappear. They are just in one image. They are typical thermal noise of the imaging devices, semiconductor technology used to capture the faint objects we are observing. But the asteroid is this one being there all the time, image after image, friends. And in a couple of minutes we will be reaching the flyby, and I'm very proud, I must say, that we are observing exactly the very moment of the flyby, that is the minimum distance right now, thanks to the virtual telescope project in Italy. And there are, of course, many scientists studying asteroids. Some of them are looking for new objects because, first of all, if you want to understand, if you want to see, to check if an asteroid is actually en route of collision with the Earth, first of all, you have to find it. And this is a truly fascinating job. And our friends at Mount Lemmon Survey in Arizona, the discoverers of this funny one, the one we are observing now, are truly amazing in discovering many of them, okay? But once you have discovered an asteroid, it is just the beginning of a great story, friends. That is not all. It is just important after discovering one of these interesting possible near-Earth asteroids that you track them enough to understand, to calculate a good orbit, as only if you know the orbit of an asteroid pretty well, you can really understand with a great confidence where the asteroid will be in the future, okay? And this is a key knowledge to check if there is any possibility for the asteroid to hit us on our planet. First of all, you have to track, to observe as long as possible. You have to observe the asteroid until it disappears, because moving away after the close encounter, it is just going far away and it is also just fading. And of course, at some point, you cannot see it anymore, no matter how huge, how powerful is your telescope, okay? But it is important that you collect images for the longest possible time to be sure you will have the best data just to understand the orbit of the object and check the probabilities of collisions, if any, with our planet. And there are scientists doing this. So some people are looking up there, surfing the skies to discover these potentially dangerous asteroids. Other people are just doing some follow-up to just help understanding their orbits, to calculate well enough their orbits, okay? And then there are other people just trying to understand what the asteroid we discovered is. Because, okay, if you find an asteroid and you just calculate the orbit, you know that there is something orbiting the Sun along that orbit. But what about the details of the asteroids? How large? What is the composition, the shape, and other things? And of course, this is a third level of knowledge. So, as you can see, asteroids are asking to many different people to go there and try to understand and unveil their nature. I think that this is a clear example of cooperation between different people, different countries, different scientific areas and topics. So these amazing objects, really interesting objects, are really amazing to study, of course. And I hope that some of you will start, trying to understand better what asteroids are and so on, because I'm biased by this because I love asteroids. I've been studying asteroids a lot, and this is one of the topics I really study as a professional astrophysicist. But I think that it is quite true to say that asteroids are, of course, amazing, friends. And I hope that for you this is a nice experience too. Fantastic, I think. I hope at least that it is enjoyable for you as it is for me. But now I want to show you again even a more spectacular image. Now I stopped the telescope, I stopped the image acquisition, and now I will ask again to the telescope to start, but I increased a factor of 4 the exposure time. So we can expect, 4 times longer trails. And right now, the asteroid is already leaving us. We commented the object while we were just at the flyby time. It was 1820 universal time, that is 3 minutes ago. We started earlier when the object was still safely approaching that symbolic moment after all, and now the object is safely leaving. And now we will take another image showing much longer star trails because we increased the exposure time, and in that longer time, of course, the asteroid will move more. And while we are tracking the asteroid, the telescope will apparently show the stars trailing. So be ready, the image is just coming, and here it is. I love this kind of images because I want to say these images are truly hard to take. They are a truly hard technological task, and having the telescope, our telescope, doing so, it is just a clear evidence of amazing performance. And this is why I really love the technology we are using, and of course the technological partners, in this particular case Software Bisque, did a stunning work with the hardware we are using. And I also want to thank Unitron Italian Instruments for their precious support in setting up all the instrumentation there, and of course C-Web for hosting our website, and as you can see, making possible to people worldwide to access and join this experience without any problem. You are many people connected right now. This is what I can see, and I'm happy that all this is happening in such a very beautiful and smooth place. So thank you to our important technological partners. And the telescope is still here, just tracking this object. So I was happy that we could use such a longer exposure time. And as I really love to play with asteroids, especially when I'm sharing with people like you, again, I want to double the exposure time, 2 minutes. This means we have to be patient for a while, because as you can see on the upper left here, we have a countdown for 2 minutes, running for 2 minutes before we will reach 0, and the new image will be, available for us. And I hope that these different exposures, help you to imagine, to see what the apparent speed of the asteroid means. Longer exposure, it means longer trails, okay? Because more space traveled by the asteroid in that longer time, of course. Let's see how the asteroid will behave in the next image. 50% done right now, and another minute before we will really see the object. I really like tracking these objects. This is Asteroid 2018 VX1, discovered by the Mount Lemmon survey in Arizona 6 days ago. Its diameter is estimated to be between 18 meters. This is basically the dimension that the Chelyabinsk object, the object involved in the Chelyabinsk event a few years ago. And this is making, for me, the observation possibly more interesting, friends. And here we are, so with this, and I hope that for you this is a nice experience, as it is for me to share it with you. Here it is. The longer exposure is providing a brighter object. More time to collect light means more signal from the object, and of course longer trail. Look how long is this trail in 2 minutes. But now I want to switch back. I want to create good material for a movie. We will hopefully publish tomorrow, friends. Let me also do another thing. Okay. I want to try to change some parameters. Please note how all these, friends, is happening in real time. I'm doing all this kind of regulations with you right now, friends. Let me see. Let me check how these new parameters work. I reduced the exposure time because I want many images to have many frames to make a time lapse, basically. I also reduced the resolution, but this is not a problem at all. I will take care of the object to show you where it is. Here it is, in the very center, you can see it, I think. And let's adjust contrast and all the other parameters. Here it is. Of course, the object is the dot you see in the center, friends. Here it is. This one is the asteroid. And image after image, you can even see sometimes the asteroid brighter, sometimes fainter, even if I did not change the imaging, parameters. Why this? Because the asteroid is rotating. Its shape is irregular, so the amount of light we are receiving reflected by the asteroid from the sun is changing because of the shape. And this is another truly interesting aspect. This is the object, while these points are just thermal noise. And in fact, the next image, they will be they will be removed while the asteroid is there. Look, I like also to share this kind of information, just if you were here with me, just if you were an astronomer for a while we are tracking this. And I really hope that for you this is funny. I really hope that you are just enjoying what we are doing now. With this small object just surfing, just flying out there so fast, friends. I'm just trying to see, also to check the weather, but the weather seems very good. Yeah, happy for this, really happy. And back to the asteroid, of course. Asteroid 2018 VX1, just offering us this experience. And I hope that for you this is a truly rewarding experience. While the object is flying so fast. Here it is, offered live to you via the Virtual Telescope project. And I also remind you that you can access right now the high definition version of this live feed, which is, something we offer to people just supporting us with donations, no matter the amount. If you donate to the Virtual Telescope, you will receive right away by email the link from where you can track this. And of course the object is now going away, and it is also quickly fading, friends. It is still basically at the distance of the moon, but now it is saying goodbye. And while it is leaving, the geometry, the relative position of the sun, the source of light, the Earth, where we are, and the object, the evolving geometry is making, also its part in determining the brightness of this object. And you can see this is now quickly fading, friends. I'm so happy that really we are enjoying this together. Happy that the Virtual Telescope once again was able to make people ready to jump on this virtual spaceship, and together we are observing such a very small rock discovered a few days ago, and which had 13 minutes ago its flyby with us, coming a bit closer than the average moon. The minimum distance was 380,000 kilometers, a few thousand kilometers less than the average lunar distance. And it is very small. It is basically the dimension of a truck. A of a building, let's say 12 meters, more or less, between 8 and 18. This is an estimate provided by the Jet Propulsion Laboratory, by the way. And image after image, you can sometimes realize how the brightness changes. Sometimes it is brighter, sometimes fainter, because, as I told you, it is rotating and its irregular shape is reflecting to us a truly variable amount, fraction of the sun it is receiving, the light it is receiving from the sun. And of course, this is making the vision much more interesting. This is another important physical study we can do. That is, we can study how the light of the asteroid, the apparent brightness of the asteroid changes over time. This is called light curve, and the shape of the light curve can help us modeling the shape. So while the object is just a dot of light, if you use the right technique, you can unveil, friends, the shape of the object. I find this amazing. You have a dot of light, it is a no dimension. This is, from a geometric point of view, the point is dimensionless, you know. But if you just use the right observing techniques, that dot of light with no dimension, with no information, you can really exploit the real physical shape. From a dot of light, the right technique is able to give you an idea of the shape, and this is magic. This is the power of science, and many people doing this important work are helping unveiling the nature of these objects, because there are many important physical considerations connected to this. But I want to stay with the funny side of this for people not involved in science. And again, as you could see, while the asteroid is now slowly leaving us after the flyby 16 minutes ago, no risks at all for us. So when you read sometimes that an asteroid, giant asteroid is coming and it is a serious concern for us, well, be sure about the source from where that information is coming, because there are many websites out there just talking about asteroids without every, they never saw an asteroid and they are trying to teach us that a collision is coming. So I always urge you to look for reliable sources, especially when you are just trying to understand, to learn about asteroids and their collisions, okay? And the virtual telescope is, by the way, a nice place if you want. And you can join us on Facebook, just looking for our page there, the Virtual Telescope Project. You can just search Facebook for the Virtual Telescope Project. And you can also join us, our mailing list, just using our website. And on the bottom right, you can see a little button just ready to accept your email if you want to stay up to date with us. Here it is, our small flying rock, and we are grateful to this nice object. And hopefully we could have some great time together, while of course we are still keeping this up and running, and the object is still there, friends, still there. How beautiful this has been and still is for us. And I hope I cannot tell you how happy I am here for the privilege to share these beautiful things live with you. And hopefully this made other people willing to join the astronomical endeavor, and especially trying to understand and investigate, why not, asteroids, friends. Let me try to adjust the image contrast and brightness a bit. It is now fainter and fainter. I can see how its brightness is just fading, friends. Here it is. This small dot of light is our friend, our asteroid. And I hope that you are really finding this experience rewarding, at least enough to reward you for the time you gave us for this. We are always happy when some important astronomical event is going to happen, because our technology makes possible for everyone to join. Now, for example, we are tracking this flyby. You have read about it everywhere these very hours, past hours, and the virtual telescope is here to make possible for you not only to read, but to see. And we will do the same in about 1 month, when we will be observing comet Virtanen, when the comet will be at its best. It will be our Christmas 2018 comet. So stay tuned, join the virtual telescope for another amazing live feed covering that comet. Next, our first live feed covering comet Virtanen will be on December 12th, just to give you a date. But on the virtual telescope website, which is www.virtualtelescope.au, you will find everything. I strongly suggest you to refer there for all this kind of information. We are still tracking it, but again, I want to take now longer exposure, just to be sure that we will see it a bit better. And I'm always amazed by the capability of a telescope, the most advanced telescopes like the one we have at our observatory, to track this object. Now you can see the countdown, again, a longer one, 30 seconds. So images are coming less often, but we should see much better the object with longer star trails. And this is okay. 3 times. I have to adjust, of course, the contrast of the image. Here it is. And you can see much better the object, which is fading, constantly fading, while leaving us with the stars, leaving longer trails, of course. And all this is happening live. I'm never tired to repeat this. This is not a simulation, friends. This is coming right now from our telescope. And as I told you, the telescope we are using is the one I showed earlier. And here it is, friends, the telescope I'm using. This is part of the telescopes I have, the robotic telescopes I have at my observatory, and it is, of course, as you can see, available remotely. So you can really enjoy what the telescope is observing, just joining our live feed, live event on the internet, friends. And I hope that for you, this is a nice experience. And again, we are back to the observatory. Eyes under a truly dark sky is just 6. So this is much more fainter, and I find this amazing. And I will tell you also how much fainter the object is right now. Just trying to do the calculation. Well, the asteroid we are observing is, wow, 26,000 times fainter than the faintest star you can see with your eyes, well, when you are under a truly dark sky. And now, back to the object, friends. Here it is. Again, this is the object, while these are so-called hot pixels. They are just thermal noise coming from the architecture of the solid-state device used to image at the telescope. And you will see when the next image will upload, after the countdown will end, that the asteroid will stay there while the noise will be away. It is just a random noise, so it's quite, unlucky. Quite unusual to have hit at the same place twice. It is running our cosmic runner, small cosmic runner, about 10 meters, just to give you an idea of the size. This is basically the size of the object we are observing. 2018 VX1. Here it is. Image after image, brought to you through the internet by the Virtual Telescope Project. And I also want to remind people that the Virtual Telescope Project is offering this kind of things for free. If you think that our mission is something useful, if you think that you can be of help, you can support our mission, you are really welcome to donate, because we really don't have any financial support, any other support than what our donors decide to offer us. So if you think we are worth your support, please consider donating to the Virtual Telescope Project. Really, this will be very, very helpful. Here it is, our small flying rock. Again, I want to show you its orbit, as I did earlier, just to give you a hint about its position around the Sun. Here it is, of course. The third planet around the Sun is our Earth, needless to say, I think. And the asteroid has its own orbit, as you can see. And they are, the Earth and the asteroid, very close right now, because this is the position of the asteroid along its orbit, as well as the position of the Earth along its orbit, calculated right now, friends. And you can also see there is an inclination between the two orbits, the one of the Earth, the one of the asteroid. Quite a small inclination, you can see. And I hope that this is for you. This plot can help you understanding to figure out how things are happening in space. Here we are. Back to the telescope, friends. I think it's good to go back to the telescope while this small rock is slowly moving away. Now I will be ending our live feed in a few minutes. at least the audio comment, but I will leave the live images coming for a while. So people joining us later will not hear me talking, but they will see the object there. Here is the asteroid again. Happy you are doing this with us right now. Virtual Telescope Project is sharing with you live the small asteroid 2018 VX1, which had a very close encounter with the Earth, but very safe as well, just coming a bit closer than the Moon about 30 minutes ago. We could cover exactly that time, and of course nothing bad happened, but we knew this well in advance because of course we knew that there were no risk possibilities, no probabilities for any impact from this object. So we were here and we are here, happy to look this through our robotic telescope. This telescope is located in southern Italy, in central Italy, a bit 100 kilometers south of Rome, in Ceccano. While I'm sitting in Rome, I'm just controlling in real time this telescope remotely. So no one is at the telescope observing site, and you are at your own location. So this is truly remote. 3 different places: your place, the telescope place, and my place. So this is, the triumph of technology used to make, citizen science communication, if I can say. And I love this, by the way, really a lot. And the virtual telescope has been around for almost 13 years now, and I know that many of our old friends are on board with us right now, and of course we are happy that we have these amazing friends and also new friends. So you are truly invited to join the Virtual Telescope Project Facebook page to stay up to date with us, because many great things are coming in a couple of weeks, and I strongly suggest you to stay tuned, because you will want to see the best meteor shower of the year, the Geminids. We will just broadcast it at middle December, more or less, and at the same time we will also broadcast live Comet Virtanen, our Christmas this year comet, just ready to put its own show. So if you want to see this live through the internet, the only thing you can do, you have to join us and you can see. I hope that you will just save the date for this and you will come back again, and we will support the Virtual Telescope Project too, I hope. So friends, we are slowly approaching the end of our live, at least in the part of our live feed with our comment. And it is not easy for me to say goodbye to this object, because I really love asteroids. I've been studying them for many years, and it's always great for me to look at an asteroid, even if I have seen literally thousands of them, and many of them were, by the way, shared live through the Virtual Telescope Project. I also want to thank, of course, the people working with me at the Virtual Telescope Project. I want to thank my great friends and, very precious cooperators, Andrea Curzi, Giorgio Gioia, and Pierluigi Catalano, for really their amazing work. And I want to thank them because they are making it really possible for me and to the Virtual Telescope to do what we are doing. So thank you, Andrea, thank you, Giorgio, and thank you, Pierluigi. And I also want to thank again our technological partners. They are Unitron Italia Instruments, Software Bisq, NC Web, and also Santa Barbara Instruments Group, Planewave Instruments, and Bader Planetarium. And of course, I want to thank all the people trusting us and just supporting us with a donation. No matter the amount, your donation is what is making possible to this project to be around, to survive. So if you think our mission is worth your support, I think you can really consider to donate. And people donating us will be, of course, awarded with something back from us. They will receive a few high quality resolution, high quality images they can download and print and frame and put them on their home. Also they will also can join the high definition version of this live streaming, something you can join even now if you want. And it is for us what we can do to return you your kindness, your faith, your trust in our project. So I will be closing the audio right now, but as I told you, I will be leaving the video open for a while. So again, thank you to everyone. Please consider to support the Virtual Telescope project. And for this, go to the Virtual Telescope website, www.virtualtelescope.eu, and from there, just locate the donate button, and from there you can donate whatever you want. What you offer us, what you donate to us, will be used for our mission, that is bringing the wonders of the cosmos to people worldwide, no matter where they are, because after all, we are citizens. We live all together in this beautiful place that we call our universe. That's all from Gianluca Masi, Virtual Telescope Project. And again, I want to thank CBC Canada, Newsweek, Space.com, LifeScience.com, EarthSky.org, and ANSA for, supporting us and sharing the opportunity of this event with the world, with their audience. Okay, and that is everything now. And Gianluca Masi from Italy is just sending you his best wishes and greetings. I wish you a wonderful night, wonderful day, wherever you are on this planet, and I really hope that you will keep looking up, because the beauty of the sky is something you have to keep always in front of you. You will never be disappointed if you look up. Stars have been making people happy every time, and I think that if you look up, you will even perceive better who we are on this small, precious, unique planet. And looking up, we will learn also how to respect better the home planet where we live, planet Earth. Gianluca Masi, Virtual Telescope Project, Italy. That's all. Goodbye. See you soon.